This live stream is presented to you by MaxspeedTV. All live streaming content that is presented in this telecast is owned by MaxspeedTV, Rudy Cummings, and the entire crew of MSTV. This may not be rebroadcasted, retransmitted, and retelevised without written consent. Please enjoy today's broadcast. iRacing Street Stock Tour presented to you here by ACOG and MaxspeedTV welcomes you here tonight. Race number 3 out of 6. So we're halfway through the season after we take the checkered flag for 50 miles here at the International Dover Speedway. Actually, it's Dover International Speedway. They call it different now since Speedway Motorsports bought this track, but they call it Dover Speedway now, which is really weird. Regardless, thank you all for tuning in here tonight. About to go green here in just a moment. Not a lot to really talk about, but we'll just pull up points to go ahead and spark off a subject. Justin L. Johnson, he holds the points lead as of right now. Eric Williams in second place. Got Bachman, Parker White, Visconti, Harrison, Gomes, Olson, St. Clair, Benjamin A. White rounding out the top 10. So, Harrison Chandler sits in 11th, Carson Bowers in 12th, Miles Nelson in 13th spot. As we will bring, I didn't even realize that Dewey was here. Apologies about that. We're just going into the broadcast. What's up, Dewey? Been a while.
You're just gonna leave me out to dry like that? Ain't
Yeah,
no
sorry,
way.
man.
No, I'm kidding. I've only been in here for like 30 seconds. Thank you for letting me in here last minute. Welcome here to this race. I don't know what track this is off the top of my head, but it should be a good race regardless of where we're at. Is this Dover?
Yep, it is Dover.
All right.
Nice guess.
Good.
Alright, we're about to go green here in just a moment. Well, actually, there's still a fair amount of time left before we take the green flag. It's still about like 3 minutes left. We just went over points. But, yeah, not really much to talk about. I mean, actually there is. Yet again, last week we saw Parker White take the victory at a crazy Milwaukee race, which went green all the way from start to finish, by the way. And after that, here tonight, a very fast-paced track here at Dover. I mean, it should be really, really fun to see on how these drivers are gonna wheel these street stocks around this high-banked oval.
Yeah, Milwaukee is one of my all-time favorite racetracks, and we go this week to a track that is very unforgiving, where if you even have the slightest mistake, it could cost you dearly, and it could cost about 15 or 20 other people dearly. Because with how narrow these straightaways are, if one person spins out of turn 2, it is going to be a parking lot before you can say anti-disestablishmentarianism. So it's, you know, you gotta stay on your feet the entire race, and you know, always stay focused, never let your guard down for anything, because like, again, this is one of those tracks more than any other where one small mistake can easily snowball into a race-ending deal for a lot of people.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, it's going to be hectic, and with these street stocks and how floaty they are throughout each and every single track that we run day and night, I expect this to be as hectic as it was at Milwaukee and it was at Michigan, and we saw a last lap pass. Justin L. Johnson worked himself to the front. Parker White sort of dominated at the end of that Milwaukee race, but regardless, it was still a fight for the front. But here tonight, I think it won't be any different. Draft is going to play a factor. Should be some speedway-like racing out on the racetrack. And there's Parker White right there, right in front of your screen. So about 44 seconds remaining in tonight's practice session. Now just joining us here live on MaxspeedTV. We welcome everybody here live. We go into qualifying, but if you are now just joining us, we'll go ahead and pull up points one more time to go ahead and run you through on how this season has been so far. Justin L. Johnson picked up the win at Michigan. You see right behind in 4th place. That's Parker White in the 95. He has 22 points, so bit far ways back, more than 10, but can definitely make up the deficit with one race.
Shout out to the 4-way tie from everyone from 7th to 10th in points. That's pretty hard to do, but those 4 have managed to pull it off. But still a wide open title race, of course, but still a couple of races remaining. here in the season. As you get a look at the beautiful press box here at Dover Motor Speedway, because SMI took it over.
That's
so, of
right.
course, they had to change the name of it because nice things can't be had, I guess. But you know, well.
And we're gonna go in qualifying, so we're just get ourselves to the side, play you the national anthem real quick. We will be right back right after the national anthem. Rise up, remove your hats, we salute our nation's colors. And we welcome everybody back here live for the ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour. About to go green in here just a moment for race number 3 of the season. Should be good. Every single race has been hectic from start to finish, and I'm pretty sure this race won't be any different here for tonight. 50 laps going to be logged in, 23 drivers on entry. And speaking of entry list, we'll go ahead and pull up your fastest time here on the left side.
Yeah, track position I think is going to be a big key here for tonight. You know, it's a bit of a shorter race, and I mentioned, you know, all the stuff that can go wrong here at Dover, so you definitely want to start up front and stay up front here at this track if you can. So we'll see who can pick up the top spot here over the next 2 minutes and change. For right now, it is Cole Williams in that 105.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a couple drivers sitting on pit road, maybe waiting to go ahead and get themselves set. But I've seen a street stock Dover race. It's usually hectic, but I mean, a lot of drivers seems as though they're complaining about the setup. It's loose. It's loose out on the racetrack, so it's gonna be crazy to see on, you know, who could hold it straight, especially with cold tires. Cold tires play a huge factor with these street stocks, and if you're not on the right side of that, it's gonna be really disastrous.
Yeah, if you can't hold it straight, you're going to be on the hook back to pit road, and with probably about half an hour worth of required repairs. So hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody tonight, but that is typical of a Dover race, so we'll see how that all shakes out. Cole Williams still sits on top of the board here with a minute left, and I think there might be some people electing to start from the rear in case of an early wreck. So the 11 that have taken time may end up being the only 11 that do here.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure nobody else will take some lap times, so we'll go ahead and take the time to go ahead and run you through our track info here for tonight. Dover Speedway or Dover Motor Speedway, I don't know, it's really weird. I hate the name. It doesn't roll off the tongue well as the previous one, but track length...
It sounds weird.
Yeah, it sounds really weird. Track length, 1 mile in length, turns 4, 1 in each corner, banking 24 degrees, straightaways, about 1,078 both ways, laps 50, length is also 50, so do we take us through our weather?
I am meteorologist Dewey Schramm here with your race day forecast. Temperature of 72 degrees here at Dover Motor Speedway. Track temp of 105 degrees. So it's going to be a slick one out there here tonight. West winds at about 11 miles per hour. A track length of 1 mile, just over. Noon session time, 35 mile per hour pit speed. So we'll see if there's any speeding penalties under yellow or anything like that. And that is about all you need to know here prior to the start of the race. So, cold tires, slick track, looser setup. It's going to be an interesting one.
Been a while since you've done that little, what you call it?
I needed to resurrect that bit. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, the meteorologist Dewey. Gotta go green, here we go, and drivers gritting themselves up here for tonight. We'll go ahead and go over our starting order right on the bottom of your screen. Cole Williams will round himself on top of the board. Eric Heater right alongside of him.
And in road number 2, it's going to be Colton Zimmer in the 09, and to his outside, Kevin White Jr. in the 38.
Row number 3 going to be, looks like ATV is playing slow, classic. Row number 3 is going to be Garrett Hess, as well as the number 083 of Jasper Lenglud.
And move back a row here.
Give it a moment. There it goes.
ATVO allows us to. There we go. The 160 of Storm Patterson roll off 7th. And Caden, I want to say it's wide awake, but I have a feeling it's not. And I apologize if it's not. But Caden will be rolling off in 8th. If you're listening, Caden, please tell us the correct pronunciation, because I do not want to get that wrong all race.
Miles Nelson and the Devil Zero, Lewis Galvin get around at the top 10. Rest of the order is going to be shown on your screen. Find your favorite driver, and hopefully they'll finish toward the top. But we got some notable names starting toward the back as well. He's Parker White. A couple late entries as well. Josh Patterson scooting himself in, so that'll bump the entry list too. 24 drivers. So that's going to be very, very exciting. And with all these drivers on the racetrack and with a 1 mile racetrack, oh boy, it should be crazy, as it seems as though Garrett Hess not starting, so Hess is going to have a bit of issues. It looks like he does grid up though.
Good to see Joe Burgee back there in the 15. It had been a while since he had raced here, but he came back within the last few weeks, so glad to see him back here on the ACOG circuit. And like you said, we'll have 24 that will take green here for tonight. The only concrete oval on the NASCAR circuit. Oh, no, I lied. Nashville exists.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
One of 2 concrete ovals on the NASCAR circuit.
It's very weird how Nashville exists. Sometimes I forget that's a racetrack, and we're going, like, yet again, which is honestly crazy. But here we go.
Yeah, sorry for providing false information up here in the booth. We're going to work on that.
Glad you could tune us in here live for the ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour. About to go green as the pace car scoots itself down on in. 50-lap sprint to start off round number 3 of the season. Cole Williams, the 105, will lead us to the green. And here we go. She bang, she bang, she bang. Let's go green.
And we are off and running here for 50 laps here at Dover as the field meanders their way through turns 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. A couple of cars looks like they're dropping to the back up top. And as they make their way down the back for the first time, it'll be Cole Williams leading the top side there in the 105. And Colton Zimmer has to run for the lead on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to see 2 distinct lines throughout this whole entire race. Of course, the bottom versus the top, but man, they are really sideways. Speaking of sideways, one car.
Uh-oh! And that's going to be a wreck already. That is Ethan Harrison in the 77. And the red car, I can't quite tell the number on that, but the caution will be out for the first time tonight. At the 220?
It's a 920, a Jeremy Tabon. We'll get a replay on what happened as the drivers scoot themselves down onto pace car speed.
I think he just got loose out of 4 and overcorrected it. Yeah, poor Harrison. Nothing he could do at all there. Thankfully, everybody else back here missed it.
Ooh, maybe he
Or
got
did he have
help.
help from Harrison? Maybe the 77 got into him here. Ooh, I
Really,
think he
really
might have.
close. Really close. I'm not really sure.
We'd have to see a different angle, perhaps a bumper cam or something.
Yeah, we'll try
That
to
is
get...
really, really close.
Yeah, this is gonna be the... I'm trying to get a good angle of it, but just gonna have to scroll through each camera real quick. Apologies about that. Have to do it the bit of a ratchet way, but here we go.
Here's an onboard of the 77, and we'll slow-mo it here.
I
I think he did.
I think he touched him. I mean, he was already unloading off the corner, but he definitely touched him there.
Yeah, and at that point, the 920's trying to save it, and unfortunately just overcorrects it right back up into Harrison. So those cars are going to have some extensive repairs to be done. Looks like Storm Patterson and the 160 did not grid. So that's 3 cars that are multiple laps down already. I think the 053 also did not. So tough break there for Tabon and Harrison to start the night off.
Go ahead and restart ATVO real quick. Apologies about that, but blah. Really nice when things start going insane, especially with an old program like ATVO. Alright, we'll just get this restarted ASAP before we take the green flag here in just a moment. If you're now just tuning us in live, welcome everybody here for tonight's ACOG event, round number 3 of the season, taking place here at Dover Motor Speedway. Alright, there we go. Get everything set and ready here as... There we go. Everything should run smoother now since it's refreshed, but... Storm Patterson in the 160, he's 2 laps down. Seems as though he didn't really start. Mitch Hobbs and Nick Roten, they didn't start either. So, a total of 21 cars out on the racetrack. And luckily for Harrison and Tabon, they didn't receive as much damage as I thought.
Yeah, these street stocks can take a bit of a beating. I mean, you obviously don't want to wreck still, but one wreck like that may not necessarily be race-ending, whereas in another vehicle like the Cup car, for example, it might be. But the Rain will be back out here on lap number 6, and a big jump there for the 105 of Cole will put him clearly out in the lead.
Man, Parker White took it 3 wide off of 4. That 95 went zooming around to 58 of Wide Awake. And by the way, he did say in the chat, you did pronounce his name right.
Oh, good.
See points leader Justin Johnson, that maroon machine, as we got a side-by-side lead for... yeah, side-by-side for the lead. Eric Heater to the bottom of the racetrack. He has help. Colton Zimmer right to the bottom.
Oh, and a big drift there out of 4 by the purple car with the stripes on it. I think that's Miles Nelson as he sits there in 4th place. As Heater leads his first lap of the evening, but Cole's mounting a good charge up on the top side to try to get the lead spot back.
Look at them. They're 3 wide right behind there. This is a mess as these drivers trying to get situated. All the way to the low side, that's Patterson. And all the way up high is the 7 of Lewis Galvin.
And at the line, it will be the 105 of Cole. So he took the lead back there from Heater, but they're still side by side. And Zimmer's been going back and forth between the top and the bottom, so basically whichever driver Zimmer ends up getting behind is probably going to be the one that leads the lap every time.
They are honestly more spread out than I thought they would be. But of course, this high banking. Whoa! Big, we'll go right behind, but it looks like we got trouble.
And indeed we do. The 58 of Caden Wideawake, we're just talking about him, one of those around. Doesn't look like he has that much damage, should be alright. And another car down against the inside wall. there in turn 4, and I think they just towed it, whoever it was.
All right, we'll get a replay of what happened off of that corner, but it's involved Wide Awake in the 58. Justin L. Johnson, your points leader, was also involved in that. That is not looking good for him, but we'll have to see what happened.
58 was kind of running on his own. I wondered.
Whoa, just lost it. Wow.
And did anybody hit him?
Oh, might have been Bachman.
Someone got him. Oh, jeez. Wow.
Yeah, we'll get another replay of that, but...
Bachman got the 58, and then somebody almost went over.
Bang!
Oh, my goodness. I think that was Tabon again.
Yeah, Tabon, I mean, he had a clear shot to the inside, but...
you got to put the brakes on for that.
Yeah, you have to put the brakes on. And he ran right into Johnson.
Poor Justin. He's like, oh man, I got this wreck missed, and then here comes the 920. I don't know why he didn't really. I mean, obviously, if Justin and David didn't come down the racetrack, the 920 had it missed. But you got to put the brakes on for a wreck like that.
Yeah, caution's already out, and
I mean, he probably thought he could make it through all right, but you never know how a caution can unfold, and one moment to hole to miss the wreck is there, and a second later it can be completely filled, and you're done for. So you always got to let off a bit and make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. So perhaps a bit of a mistake there from Tabon, and we'll see how much damage that ended up giving Justin, our points leader, because that was a pretty big hit he took.
I mean, it was more to like the right rear, like onto the axle. I mean, onto the wheel itself rather than the body. So that might kick out the steering. Hopefully, it doesn't damage that 8 a lot. But it seems as though he's just in and out. And for the 84 Bachman, he's coming back on in. So
yeah, I think he ended up T-boning the 58. That was a pretty big hit he took as well.
And he's gonna probably. It looks like he's taking up to optional, but it's only a 1 mile racetrack. Luckily, it's...
Yeah, he's gonna have to hurry. We're about to go green again.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, luckily, it's...
Might be an extended stay for him at this point.
That's right.
So, we'll go back green here momentarily. Cole, the leader. Heater in second. Zimmer, Nelson, and White. Your top 5. And is that a Phil Swift car in row 3? Is that what that is?
That is. The 83 Lenglade running that. Oh my goodness. I don't know. People run weird paint schemes, and that's one of them. I mean, I've seen weirder, but green flag is out. And whoa! Colton Zimmer did not launch, and Parker White was looking around him. Of course, he can't pass on the inside. Prevented himself from getting a black flag.
Yeah, look at all the time that lost them. The top 2, at least for the time being, are going to break away, but just as I say that, they're going to spin back here, and the yellow will come right back out here on lap 12. That's the 053, and there was another car spinning as well. The other Williams here in the field. So we get a look at that.
That shouldn't have been the yellow. I mean, this was Eric Williams trying to come down.
Right onto Josh Patterson. Yeah, it was not clear. He got into the back of the 112 right in front of him, or the 12 of Garrett Hess. Saw the opening to pass, and Josh Patterson was just there.
Yeah, Patterson came flying.
Big difference in speed there. Yeah, there was a really big stack up, I think, ahead of the 053, and Patterson just had a full head of steam. And I don't think the 053 expected that hole to close up like it did. But Patterson's closing rate just too high to move down there. But it's a pretty simple spin. They both just did a little bit of a drift. Kept it going straight. Nothing by way of damage, looks like. So pretty harmless incident there, and they should be just fine for the rest of the night. It's interesting. We've been talking about, or we did talk about in the pre-race how one person spins at Dover and it can instantly take up like 15 cars, and all 3 of our wrecks so far tonight have involved no more than 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, I'm fairly surprised. as a few drivers are getting a wave around. Looks like the 131 of Mitch Hobbs. He'll get one of his 10 laps back.
Hey, I never know. We might have enough cautions to get all those laps back. Anything can happen. I hope we don't have 10 cautions, because that would be a pretty messy race, but crazier things have happened. And you never know, too. I mean, some people could end up wrecking out of the race and retiring, and it's just, free spots and free points to pick up, so you never know. Not a bad idea to just ride it out at this point.
Definitely. I mean, plus, this is our biggest field of the season. So, if one of the... If you have a issue and you DNF now, it's going to take a big hit to your points. And Justin Johnson, he got involved in that incident. He's sitting in one of those cautions. He's sitting all the way back in 18th, so he needs to make up some ground to pull himself forward. Quick caution. I mean, we've had a few, but, not too many. Luckily, admins are shortening these cautions so we can get as much green flag racing as we can. And if we do go over that our provided limit, bit of overtime we could go ahead and use up. You got 3 attempts at it. It's been fair so far, but the top 2, Cole Williams, Eric Heater, and Colton Zimmer, actually top 3, excuse me, they've put on a show and have pulled themselves forward. But Parker White in that 95, he's worked himself from 23rd, and now he's in 4th.
Yeah, and we saw the bit of a sluggish restart that the 09 got last time. And this time he's going to be starting next to the 09, so we'll see how much of a difference that makes. But the 105 is hard on the gas already. We are back underway here on lap 16. It looks like Parker will just slide right in behind the 09 to Zimmer. We've got some blocking here into turn 1.
Yeah, the 00, Miles Nelson, he threw it to the bottom, but unfortunately, he opened up the door when he hit the corner. And up and off of turn 2, looks like the Phil Swift car is going to take that spot away.
Yeah,
Lenglade, but 00's fighting back.
Oh,
Oh, he's sideways.
Oh, there goes Nelson. He's going to slide it down into the apron. What
I cannot believe
save.
that.
Oh, my goodness.
Gosh.
Wow. He
Holy
Tokyo
crap.
drifted that all the way through the corner. That is really impressive. Holy
Oops.
crap.
I've never seen such a wild save like that.
Wow. Especially to track like Dover. That is really, really difficult to do.
All right, man, caution is out.
But the caution
Caution is
should be
out.
back out anyway for an unrelated incident here, and it looks like it is involving the 7 of Lewis Galvin. We got to get a look at that save while we're at it. That was ridiculous.
I cannot believe he
That
held it
was
sideways throughout the
unbelievable.
whole entire corner.
Yeah, all the way through 3 and 4. He hit I think he hit the apron the previous lap, and that opened the door for Lengley. You'll see it right here. But this...
Oh, he just lost it. And he dodges the
He
barrels.
didn't even take the foot off the gas. He just full sent it the rest of the corner. That is unreal.
Here's
I was
Galvin.
fully expecting that he was going to end up overcorrecting back into the field, but thankfully he didn't.
Oh.
And it looks like Galvin had some help there from Josh Patterson.
Oh, man. Yeah, it looks like Patterson was trying to follow through, but man, the 7 really jammed on the brakes, and Patterson had no choice but to run over him, but still, he got an option.
I don't know why I don't know if he did slow down or what, but another deal where Patterson's closing rate was just much higher than the car in front of him.
Yeah, man, I mean, that's the second time he's gotten into somebody, but the first instance, I mean, he could have barely done anything. He was already full hard into 1, but that time, it was off the corner. I cannot believe Miles Nelson saved that. He needs a reward after that.
I'm in awe that he managed to save that car. It's been a lot of good saves over the years here in ACOG. That might be one of the best you've ever seen.
Yeah, man. Bro, oh my god, it reminds me of like Jamie McMurray back then and at Las Vegas and little giant wing just keeping the car straight.
Almendinger at Dover too.
That's right.
Oh, I mean, man.
There was a lot of saves at Dover, honestly. But, I mean, typically at Dover, once you're sideways, they call this a soft cleaning racetrack.
Yeah, if you get sideways at any point at Dover, usually it's, oh, well, your race is over. As, what the?
I think Hobbs is, I'm not really sure what Hobbs is doing.
Okay.
I think he was trying to get away with
Thankfully, the two cars up there that were on the high side saw him coming and went to the bottom to not get ran over by him. That was something.
Not really sure what it's about. If you're now just joining us here live on MaxspeedTV, I want to present our sponsors, of course, iRacing.com, your leader in sim racing. Join more than 200,000 members online to race on virtual racetracks and cars. iRacing puts you in the most realistic experience without breaking the bank. Whether you want to go stock car racing, open wheel, or on dirt, iRacing has you covered. With over 200 tracks and cars and combinations, you'll never be bored of online racing. Grab your subscription as low as $8. Start sim racing today. And here we go, about to go green. So still yet to cross the halfway point.
Pretty close. Just a couple laps shy of it. It'll be Williams and Colton Zimmer leading the green this time.
Yeah, and Cole got the jump that time.
Green flag, green flag.
And it left Colton Zimmer high and dry on the top side. I'm wondering where Parker White went.
I don't know.
He's all the way back there. I'm not really sure.
I wonder if he pit for tires? I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was back there, but regardless, we're back up and away. That shoves out a Parker out of the equation as Williams really washed up the corner.
All right,
oh, another caution. Man, we're getting caution after caution.
And, uh-oh, Patterson in the wall this time.
At a replay of it, and it's been caution-filled. That's the total opposite of what it was last week at Milwaukee. We went green all the way from start to finish at Milwaukee, but now...
I mean, these have all been very small incidents, though.
Yeah, that's right.
It's had no big wrecks yet. You can cross your fingers, but... We'll see what happened here. Well, if I had to guess, he probably lost it on his own, given...
Whoa!
What the...
Oh, there was a wreck in front. That was Klein.
What the...
Oh, you see the wheel? The wheel on Klein.
What in the...
See, right here, you'll take a look. Watch the left front. That's a hardware issue. Right there.
So Bachmann was trying to miss this, evidently. I mean, obviously, Klein had no control of his car at this point.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it locked it down, but, I mean, that sort of...
Oh, he tagged the car to his outside, though. I think that's the 053.
Yeah, so... I don't know if Bachmann was sort of reacting to that. It started to slow down.
I wonder if he just lost it trying to brake or something.
But, I mean, that was way, way ahead, I mean...
That was weird.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to say about that, but I mean Klein definitely played a factor into that.
That was a bizarre incident. Doesn't look like a lot of people got that much damage though. I mean, if Klein can get that hardware issue fixed, he might be able to continue in the race. He didn't even hit anything.
Very, very bizarre.
One of the more weird wrecks, to say the least.
So now we're past the halfway point. It's been very, very event-filled. Lewis Galvin, he goes 1 lap down. Matthew Klein now 2 laps down. I see Hobbs there.
Yeah, Yeah, Klein must be either trying to get that issue fixed or maybe just retired from the race.
Yeah. He's probably retiring from the race because it's a hardware issue. I don't want to risk getting back onto the racetrack and then causing another incident, so Klein probably going to call it quits for now. Maybe you'll definitely see him return for the 9 p.m. race, though.
Yeah, the main event, I guess.
Alright, here we go. Pace car scoots itself on in. And we'll hit it with a restart. Cole Williams going to go up and away.
Oh, and a big stack up around 5th place. Somebody did not go.
Parker White's trying to split it 3.
38. And that's going to bunch everybody up back here. So we're going to go 3 wide here into turn 1.
It's Parker in the middle. That's the 75 of Blake Kennedy on the bottom. That's Garrett Hess up on the high side as they go off the corner. Whipping it sideways is the Eric Heater. 1 car in the wall in the background, though.
Yeah, the 38 just got caught napping on the restart, and it bunched everyone behind him up as they're still all over each other here. As Kevin White almost got into the quarter panel of the 80 of Visconti's. They're still side by side here into 1, and looks like they made contact again.
Oh man, that 38 didn't cut the 80 to break.
Any room at all.
Look at them, they're 4 wide. What?
Oh, that's the wide. Oh, they're gonna wreck. They're gonna wreck. Oh, Parker saved it. Oh my goodness.
They went 4 wide at Dover. What am I witnessing? Man, Parker's getting shoved.
Yet. Oh boy.
Oh, they're dooring.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's Visconti and I think
the 15 of Joe Berge.
Oh, and Parker's
getting a boot for Parker. These people are not playing in midfield, and they are going all over each other. This is too much to handle.
That was ridiculous.
They might not be done yet. That's probably brewing to be a caution in just a moment, but... Oh, 1 car way sideways in the background.
And Parker and Berge almost door again there as Zimmer and Heater side by side for P2 behind the race leader, Cole Williams, who's been pretty dominant so far tonight.
Heater needs to get clear. He needs to make efficient work of Colton Zimmer because Cole, not only is he saving tires, he's pulling himself away. And this 4th car in line, Jasper Lenglade, is sort of sneaking up on this these 2 guys in front of them.
Yeah, somebody got the wall pretty good back there. I think that was Harrison.
Yeah, Ethan Harrison, 77. That was a blue car who was way sideways a couple laps ago. And they're still side by side for 2nd. Heater and Zimmer not letting go of each other. They want to keep 2nd so they could be the first one to the leader.
I'm sure Cole is loving this right now.
Yeah, he's saving tires as he sees this battle. Battle right behind. Oh man, Kevin was trying to slam the door on Parker. And Kevin didn't cut Visconti a break as Parker gets it sideways off the corner.
Yeah, Kevin was doing everything he could to keep Visconti behind him, but just couldn't do it for much longer.
Kevin's racing that 95 hard. He doored him off of 2.
Yeah, the battle of the whites here in the middle of 3 and 4. When they touched across the line.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin's trying to pin down the 95 as much as he can, but that time, Parker got it off the corner, but no, looks like he didn't clear him, though.
Yeah, Kevin's doing a good job keeping it up there on the top, but they almost touch again. And these 2 battling is going to bring Visconti back into the mix. As Parker thought he had him clear and a crossover there from the 38. And that'll allow Kevin to take the spot back as there's a bit of blocking going on further back. It's a really good battle over here.
But, I mean, Parker might be frustrated. These top 4 are pulling themselves away, and the more battling they're doing, the more they're losing time to the guys in front of them. And now you got more people into the factor. Visconti is getting into it.
Oh, they touch again! And there goes Parker around in turn 4. And he's going to back it into the outside. Whoa!
Look out!
My goodness!
Bro was a sitting duck. He was on edge to get T-boned, but somehow he didn't.
Oh, my goodness. I think that was Miles that slammed the wall, missing him. He should have been hit by like 4 or 5 different cars. He might be the luckiest dude on the earth right now. Oh, man. Man, This was bound to happen. These two would be going at it for a good 4 or 5 laps now. Something had to give. I think Kevin might have just washed up into 3 and got into the 95.
Yeah, I got a bit loose there in the
Yeah,
bottom.
right there. Now, this rear end damage shouldn't be too bad. Then this. These two barely miss him, and then there's Nelson just pounding the outside wall trying to miss him. And I think Parker's front bumper barely got hit, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think that will give him too much damage. It's a white car. I can't really tell.
Lenglade.
Oh, man.
And
did Nelson already have help from someone else?
Oh man, he just snuck by there, but I think he was already dead sideways before he even got.
Yeah, I think there was already contact because the 053 drifted it by Parker, so there was secondary contact somewhere back here.
Oh no, he just got loose, or I think he not like he got loose or anything like that. He just overcorrected, trying to get around Parker, but.
I think somebody got into the 053 as well. That's got him drifting. Look, maybe Harrison right here? Or yeah, did Garrett get into him? What happened? Oh, this is 2 separate incidents then. Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
So the 053 lost it trying to avoid Garrett, and they both end up saving it. Wow. That was something. Looked like it could have been like a 10-car wreck, and instead we just kind of had that.
Man, I don't know who to put at fault. I mean, Kevin did get loose on the bottom, but man, Parker's pinching down. It's just a sort of racing deal, and they were racing really hard throughout those past 5 laps, and something was bound to give, and unfortunately for Parker, he's gonna have to restart 18th, but getting himself back going. He still has, 15 laps to get himself up there. Not like it's over. Pace car's in. And Cole got a good jump.
Green flag, green flag.
And they'll be side by side for second. It's Kevin with the advantage in the 1. Maybe the 15 trying to make it 3 wide. They're 4 wide in the 1.
Oh, and Harrison almost got in the lead blade there. As battle for the lead, Heater's going to try to take it back from Cole Williams, but are they going to stay green long enough for him to make the pass?
Oh, Heater noses himself to the inside, and I think he's going to grab the lead. We'll see if Cole can mount up a crossover, but now everybody's in line. Oh, contact back there. And these two had a bit of history. This 80 and 38, they got into each other earlier. Because Kevin didn't cut that 80 a break as the 80 tried to come down. But man, that 80, that 38 sort of multitasking right now. That 80 of Visconti is just doing all he can to keep that 38 right behind. You see there, Visconti, he got a shallower exit, trying to keep that 38 from getting under. But once these two get side by side, once Cole and Heater get side by side, that's gonna...
Oh! Speaking of sideways...
Alright, man, caution is out.
Oh, Justin's in it!
Oh, no! Right in front of Justin.
That's a second wreck he's been involved in.
Hess, I think. That was the first bigger wreck we've seen so far tonight. I think Hess was the first one that was sideways. And the 083 ended up going around right in front of our points leader.
Poor Hess. Looks like... Oh,
it helped.
Same situation. I mean, what we saw at turn 4. Man, that's a huge hit.
And for Williams. And then Wide Awake at the end. That one just kept getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's another hard one to call because I think Hess was already getting loose, coming down, but Lenglade was laying it on him. Man, I'm not really sure.
And Lengvay climbs the wall, and then right here, right
Ooh.
in front of Justin, and comes back up the hill and gets T-boned by Wide Awake.
I'm not sure who to call
hit
it
Justin
on.
pretty hard as well at the tail end of that.
I'm not really sure who to call it on. If it was Hess's fault or Lenglade's fault, but man, Lenglade definitely laid it on him. But Hess was already loose at the time, so
Yeah, that's a tough one. And Hess just trying to save it, and the 083 was already there, and poor Justin. Well, what kind of net code was that? What?
I have no idea.
What? What?
I mean, he definitely hit him, so, I mean... Or did he?
That is... What?
Ouch.
What? Oh.
You could fit 2 bodies in there. Between the gap.
There's Williams and Wide Awake, nowhere to go with Lengay coming back up the track, but... Man, a rough night continues for our points leader, Justin Johnson. And Lenglade's pretty torn up as well. Wide Awake and Williams are going to have quite a bit of damage as well.
And Justin and Lenglade, they both have meatball flags, so, I mean, they're taking required damage right now, as well as Eric Williams and Miles Nelson. Mitch Hobbs got a disqualification flag via admin. He looks like was trying to manipulate some people getting cleared and stuff. Admin's, clearing all, and Mitch Hobbs was taking laps around the racetrack trying to get his laps back, and it seems as though he got caught by the admins.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he got caught by the admins. You can't do that.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah. So, Hobbs will finish in last. As, ticket 1 to green.
So this will put us at 9 to go. So even with all the yellows, this has still been a really quick race. So not a lot of time left. If you spin at this point, you're probably going to be kind of stuck back there.
Matthew Klein back on the track. So it looks like he does
17 laps
return.
down.
That's bad news for Justin. He's taking required damage on pit road. He needs to,
Well, thankfully there's not enough laps left for
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Klein to get by him. And
oh, look at the 38.
Yeah, he's wasting no time at all. He wants Cole to go. And he saw him there, and they all just laid back and waited to take the green.
Yeah, and man, Heater held back the restart, so look at all these drivers swarming into one, and look at that. The 80 of Visconti is now going to make a case for second place, as Heater's loving this in his mirror. They're 2x2 off of 2.
Heater played that perfectly, and we're going to go 3 wide further back here into 3. I think that's Parker and 2 other cars, as we're still side-by-side for second between Visconti and Cole Williams. And Josh Patterson, despite the couple wrecks he's been in tonight, right up there in the top 5, and they're going to get all bunched up here into turn 1. And Visconti gets a tap from the 02, and he taps the 38. And we...
Goodness. That was a huge hit right behind. I'm not sure who that was.
I think that might have been Nelson again. And Galvin hit the inside wall too. I'm sorry for laughing. That was just so sudden.
That was brutal. He nailed the outside wall, whoever that was. Meanwhile, up front.
Just this good battle. He just pancakes that thing all the way in the back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I don't even know if there's safer barriers. I don't even know if they updated this track yet.
I think he hit right before they start.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Here we go.
No! And we got a wreck further back. They're all going to keep it straight, so no caution's going to come out. But that was Parker White and I believe Burgee. And we have a 2-car breakaway up at the front. Cole has caught Eric Heater despite the good restart he got. And just like that, might have a lead change here momentarily.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was quite the chain of events. 5 to go at the line.
And it's less than just these two right now. I mean, they're gone.
Not really in their draft at this point.
Unless they get side by side. So
yeah, Patterson needs this to go side by side, basically to the end of the race if he wants a chance.
And here
to
you
catch
go.
These two.
Oh, never mind. Looks like Williams. Oh, he's sailing it in
Oh,
there.
he really
shut the
sent
door
it in
on him.
that time.
Oh man, he's just trying to nose it.
4 to go.
Oh, he
Yeah,
nosed
you
it
saw
under that time.
Heater tried so hard to shut the door and just couldn't quite do it. And the preferred one, I think, is the one that Cole has now. But they're still side by side here down the backstretch. And looks like Patterson only gained about a tenth that time, so he's not really gaining fast enough to get into the mix unless these two make contact.
They're about to. Both of them are just ripping it off the corner. 3 laps to go, and at the line, not sure who it was.
Sounds like it was a dead heat between the two of them.
Oh, man!
Oh, and Cole got a bit loose through the middle of the corner.
Bro, he is on it. I'm not sure who's going to survive this. If they keep themselves side by side, I mean, Heater has the run. He has this thing off the corner, but you see Cole, he's just so sideways.
Heater at the line, 2 to go. This is going to come down to the wire. I mean, I think Cole has the preferred line, but Heater's doing such a good job trying to pinch him down there and getting the runs off the corners. And look no further. Look at how much time Patterson's gained. He might have a chance at this thing.
This thing's not
He's
over.
right there.
Oh, man,
yeah,
Heater's doing a great job.
Oh my goodness.
White
flag in the air here at Dover. Is it going to be Heater? Is it going to be Cole? Or can Patterson steal it from both of them?
Patterson has a huge run on these two. Oh boy, this thing is not over yet.
Here he goes. Is he going to take it 3? Does he have a run?
I don't know. He has to go with somebody. I think whatever car Patterson goes with is going to win the race.
And Cole's got the advantage on the bottom, but out of 4, here comes Heater with a run up on the top. They're side by side, and oh goodness, that was close.
I have no clue.
Heater by 2 1/1000ths of a second. Are you kidding me?
What?
Oh, man.
He nipped him at the line? Are you kidding me?
By about a 16th of an inch, he stole the win away from Cole. Oh my goodness, what a finish.
Wow. That ties the closest finish.
Cole had that thing won at a turn 4, and Heater had the run of his life up on the top and got it by that much.
Wow.
Wow.
That's beautiful racing between those two, by the way. I mean, they kept it clean throughout. I mean, both of them, even though they were dead sideways against one another, they still kept it clean. I cannot believe that.
I think if there were 2 or that was ridiculous. I think if there were 2 or 3 more laps, Patterson could have taken a 3 wide on them. And that would have really made it interesting. He was right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that was as close as you could get. I mean,
that was
right
phenomenal.
At the line. And I just can't believe they kept it clean. That's just insane. I mean, these drivers littered right next to each other.
Yeah, shout out to both of them for racing like that. That was absolutely phenomenal.
Right here, I mean, Cole, he sailed it into the corner. You can see the car already step out under him, but he wheeled it to keep it enough. And you see the gloves.
He still had it. And Patterson was behind Cole, and then hit this run that Heater got, and I think it was Patterson moving up the racetrack.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if an arrow push. And right at the line.
This is so razor thin.
Right at the line.
It does not get closer than this.
Bang.
Oh, man.
Wow. I'm I don't even know what to say about that. Right at the line. Oh my gosh. Just by not much at all. Just at the point of the nose. And as you said, Patterson moved up, and he might have gave Heater an arrow push. Or I mean, Heater was up on the high side. He got that big run, and it just kept him enough to win it. Holy cow!
That was awesome.
Full results on your screen. Got Heater, Williams, Patterson, Zimmer, Kennedy up front, rounding out the top 5. You got Visconti, Kevin White, Hess, Bachman, and Berge rounding out top 10.
Harrison, Wide Awake, Parker White, Leto, Galvin, Tabon, Lenglade, Eric Williams, Justin Johnson, your points leader. So it might not be the points leader after tonight. And Miles Nelson, your top 20.
Klein, Patterson, Hobbs, Roten round out the rest of the order. We'll be right back right after this. ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour Dover 50 with a phenomenal finish to round ourselves on round number 3. Welcome everybody back here live for the ACOG iRacing Street Stock Tour, presented here by ACOG, getting set to go interview out the top 3, and what a race! I've only seen one street stock race here at Dover, and it was very, very messy. But man, for those two to keep it clean like that, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, there were a couple of interesting wrecks throughout the night, but that last dash to the end was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Heater timed it perfectly on the last start, getting that advantage, but Cole did a whale of a job catching him and making it interesting. And like I said before the break, if Patterson had a couple more laps, I think he would have gotten there. But what a run all three of them had for, honestly, is the best finish, I think, since we started racing again.
Yep, that's right. We'll go ahead and drag in our winner here for tonight. That number, 54, should have been the 28, but regardless, in victory lane, Eric Heater. My goodness gracious. You got the run off of 4. You were pinching down that, what is, soon to be 42 of Cole Williams. Heater, what a phenomenal race between you two. And it turned out, seemed as though it all played in your favor as you got the run off of 4. You nipped him at the line. Congratulations. You're back in victory lane.
Yeah, thanks. I was really nervous there. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to hold him off. I was just trying to figure out how I could make the move into the lead all race long. I felt like I would be able to hold off anyone if I got to the outside and cleared. But it was just so close there. Off of 4, I got loose, and I thought that was it. But I just, towards the end of the straightaway or off the corner, I just still had to run somehow and just barely nosed it. He was like a nose ahead the entire way off the corner until then. So I don't know, just that was crazy. I don't think I've ever won a race in this league that close. In ISCAR and ACOG history pretty much. So that's pretty cool. And of course, win the race that I don't have the right number in just to top it off. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Heater, you mentioned about close finishes. You tie the closest finish in ACOG and ISCAR history between you and Cole Williams. Luckily for you, you were on the winning end of that, and you knew that Cole was going to send it into the corner. He got loose. You got loose as well, but seems as though Cole got looser on the bottom, and it seems as though that outside momentum kept you rolling there in the high side.
Yeah, that's what I was counting on. I was just trying to get to the outside every time. The only time the bottom had anything to make it pass, for me at least, was just on the first couple corners of the restart when you're not quite up to pace. But, every other situation, the run on the outside was just too good. You couldn't actually complete the pass on the bottom. you could maybe nose ahead like Cole was doing a few times there, but I don't think unless the other guy made a mistake, you're going to be able to clear. So I just was able to get into the right line and kind of held him off, kind of didn't. I mean, it was just so close. It's just a bit of luck off the corner with just tiny little runs. Make a huge difference when it comes down to that. So.
Indeed, it did make the huge difference at the end, nipping that Cole Williams machine by 2/1000ths of a second. Congratulations, Eric Heater, in a victory lane. But before we let you go, and your sponsor want to take care for tonight?
Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember if I'm on a team or not. But if I am, thanks to probably no one on my team who's racing this league. But shout out to Keflinger. That's pretty much it.
All right, bud. 10 for Eric Heater in the 054 rounds himself out in victory lane. We'll go ahead and see you coming next race, man.
Yep.
Go ahead and drag in our second place runner into the booth. If I could even drag him in, it's sort of, sorry, the window's small. We'll go ahead and drag in, oh, thank you, Dewey. Yeah, we'll go ahead and drag in Cole Williams, who is unfortunately on the losing end of this event. Cole, it came down to that final corner. You sailed it into 3, but you got loose. And it seems as though it bit you in the end. You run yourself out here second after winning the pole. But man, what a phenomenal race between you two.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. I had mainly just lost the race on the restart that he passed me. I just worried about protecting the outside a little too much. Because the second that you got off of turn 2, unless if you had help down the backstretch, it basically ended up being just outside train. And that's how he won. I came 2/2000ths of a second from defeating that, but it was just too powerful on the outside. The car's too loose to race really on the bottom. But I enjoyed the setup thoroughly. It was just my right rear was just dead. I think David Bachman blew his right rear. It was like bad, but it was still really fun. So I guess I raced and actually made a good default set for once. It was fun to drive, but it was just hard to race. If you didn't have any help, I think if Josh Patterson would have probably got up there earlier, if he would have been behind me, I think it would have worked because the straightaways I wouldn't have lost as much time. But if you're just 2 cars racing, then the outside's always going to prevail with the momentum. So I think I need to recalibrate my mirror a little bit because I was just leaving too much space on entries because I needed to try to take as wide as arc as I could to carry my momentum, and I was just leaving a little too much space down the straightaways. So I think we were just racing really hard in close quarters, and then I think Josh gave him a little bubble push off of 4 coming to the checkered flag. That might have been the 2000s right there. But that's why I would have went side by side a little earlier if Josh wasn't there because I knew that he had fresher tires. And I didn't want him to get there because I figured that he would just have more grip than us. So he would just probably run behind Eric for a corner, and then he would get a run and probably just take us 3 wide. And then he probably would have just passed us both. So I wanted to make sure it was at least a battle between us two, and we could secure 1-2 before we battled. And Josh got there 1 lap too late, and I probably could have made my move 1 or 2 laps earlier, and so that would have affected the finish if I made it earlier. So I think I would have maybe been able to eat away at the lead a bit longer if I made my move earlier and started running the bottom earlier, but it's all good. It was a really fun, clean battle. Had a little contact, but you can rub with the new damage model. You can rub a little bit, and people don't just die from contact. So unless if you push, so it was really fun.
All right, about 10 for Cole Williams rounds himself out in second place. But before we let you go, any sponsor want to take care for tonight?
Nothing really. Thank you for the broadcast. Thanks for the league. Shout out to everyone back in India. We will get re-rack and refocus, and we will come in masses for the race later tonight. So watch out.
All right, about 10 for Cole Williams rounds himself out second. We'll go ahead and see you coming next race, man.
See ya.
All right, we'll drag in third place. Josh Patterson, who is sort of sitting. And he was gaining on that battle right in front of him, but unfortunately was a couple laps too late to make a move. Patterson, congratulations on a 3rd place spot. It seems as though you did pit within these 50 laps, and it seems as though it brought you home in 3rd place. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah, pitting because I got wrecked or got involved in half of the wrecks tonight. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it ended up helping out. think the incident with Bachman there. After that, my left rear was like dragging on the ground, so I didn't know if I was going to be fast or not. But ended up working through the field and getting up to third. So I guess it worked out in the end.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you were involved in how many wrecks? You were involved like 2-3 wrecks. You were all over the place on the leaderboard, up, down, left, and right. But luckily for you, I mean, you came up in the top 3. You came up clutch when it came down to closing time, and that O2 sits in third spot. You were seeing the battle right in front of you. Could you have done anything earlier, maybe to make it 3 wide or something?
I needed one more lap. I definitely, looking back, I would have been able to make a move going into 1 the lap after the checkered. But I kind of realized that I couldn't do anything coming off of turn 2 on the final lap. So I figured, if I can't make it a close enough finish or, a more interesting finish by making it 3 wide, might as well see if I can get them side by side of the line. So I pushed Cole going through 3 and 4, and then I moved up to push Heater. And I think at .002, that's, you don't see that often. So I don't know. It's cool to see a close finish like that. So, if it sucks I couldn't have been a part of it, but finishing right behind it's the next best thing.
Yep, 10-4, man. Josh Patterson rounds himself out third here for this fine Dover evening. But before we let you go, any sponsors want to take care for tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank everybody at Dynamo Designs, Limeade Media, Vulture Racing Engines, Patriot Clutches, the Keystone Corner, Belfour Property Restoration, 7 and 4 Sports Update. Got to thank you guys for broadcasting tonight, Zeke for running the league, and everybody on track for giving me a great race.
All right, bud. 10-4. Josh Patterson rounds himself out in third. Go ahead, Zeke. Come to next race, man.
Yep, thanks, Zeke.
All right, and that'll be it here for the street stock portion of tonight's event. Again, tune in later tonight where we go green on the super speedway side. So until next time, I mean, any last second comments you want to go ahead and insert?
Gotta say, as good as this race was, just wait till later. It's gonna be even better.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Xfinity cars at Daytona International Speedway. Should be a lot of fun to see on how that will all turn out. Of course, super speedway racing, no short of exciting. And until next time, my name is Zeke Reyes.
And I'm Dewey Schramm. Thank y'all for tuning in. And like we said, be back in a couple hours.
This live stream is presented to you by MaxspeedTV. All live streaming content that is presented in this telecast is owned by MaxspeedTV, Rudy Cummings, and the entire crew of MSTV. This may not be rebroadcasted, retransmitted, and retelevised without written consent. Please enjoy today's broadcast.